class we discuss different types of transmission media. So there are two types of transmission media: guided transmission media, second one unguided transmission media. Here transmission media is physical path between transmitter and receiver. That is the channel through which data is sent from one place to the another place. Here transmission media is the physical path between transmitter and receiver. That is, it is the channel through which data is sent from one place to another place. Two types of transmission media: guided transmission media, second one unguided transmission media. So different types of guided transmission media are unshielded twisted pair cable, second one shielded twisted pair cable, third one fiber optic cable, fourth one coaxial cable. And second type unguided transmission media. Different types of unguided transmission media are radio waves and infrared waves. Now we discuss each type of transmission media. Here first one, unguided transmission media. Here unguided transmission media. So there are two types of unguided transmission media: radio waves, second one infrared waves. So here unguided transmission media, that means here the data is travels from source to destination through the air. So first one, radio waves. First unguided transmission media, that is radio waves. Here the transmission of data using radio frequencies is called radio waves. The transmission of data using radio frequencies is called radio wave transmission. So we are all familiar with radio channels that broadcast and some entertainment programs. Okay, you are all familiar with some radio channels that broadcast entertainment programs. Here, radio stations transmit radio waves using transmitters. Here, radio stations transmit radio waves using transmitters, and which are received by the receiver installed in our devices. Here, both transmitters and receivers uses the antennas to radio or capture radio signals. Here, both transmitters and receivers use antennas to capture radio signals. So these radio frequencies can also be used for direct voice communication within some range. That range is only 10 miles. So here, first type of unguided transmission media, that is radio waves. The transmission of data using radio frequencies is called radio wave transmission. Here, radio stations transmit radio waves using transmitters and which are received by the receiver installed in our devices. So here both transmitters and receivers uses the antennas to capture radio signals. And the radio frequencies can also be used for direct communication within the range 10 miles. So this is about radio waves. An advantage of radio wave is installation and maintenance of devices is very cheap. And disadvantage of radio wave is insecure communication medium. That means there is no security between sender and receiver. That is the disadvantage of radio waves. So advantage of radio wave is installation and maintenance of devices is cheap, and disadvantage of radio wave is insecure communication medium. That means there is no security to the data. And second unguided transmission media is infrared waves. Second unguided transmission media is here infrared waves. So here infrared waves are used for very short range communication like TV remote or wireless speakers and automatic doors on any handheld devices, etc. Here infrared waves are used for very short distance communication like TV remote and wireless speakers and automatic doors and any handheld devices, etc. Here, infrared signals can propagate within a room but cannot penetrate walls. Here, infrared signals can propagate within a one room, but cannot penetrate walls. Okay. So here infrared communication within only one room. Okay. Outside the room, the communication is not possible. However, due to short range communication, it is considered to be one of the most secure transmission mode. However, due to such short range communication, it is considered to be one of the most secure transmission modes. So here the disadvantage of radio wave is insecure communication medium. But here the advantage of infrared waves is due to short range communication, it is considered to be one of the most secure transmission modes. So this is about unguided transmission media. Here the transmission media is air. Okay. That means the data is transmitted by using radio waves or infrared waves. So first one, radio waves. So transmission of data using radio frequencies is called radio wave transmission. And here radio stations transmit radio waves by using transmitters and which are received by the receiver installed in our devices. Here both transmitters and receivers in radio waves uses the antennas to capture radio signals. Advantage of radio waves is installation and maintenance of the devices is cheap. And infrared waves, the main advantage of infrared waves is secure communication. Secure communication. Due to short range, it is considered to be one of the most secure transmission modes. Here, infrared waves are used for very short distance communication like TV remote, wireless speakers, and automatic doors. This is about unguided transmission media. Now we discuss guided transmission media. So different types of guided transmission media are unshielded twisted pair, shielded twisted pair, fiber optic cable, and coaxial cable. Now we discuss each one. First guided transmission media is unshielded twisted pair. See, guided transmission media means here we send the data from sender to receiver through the cables. Unguided transmission media means here we send the data from source to destination through the air. So first type of guided transmission media is here unshielded twisted pair. So this unshielded twisted pair is most popular and it is generally the best option for school networks. So here unshielded twisted pair. See, this unshielded twisted pair has 4 pairs of wires inside the jacket. Here, 4 pairs of wires inside the jacket. And here each pair is twisted with a different number of twists per inch to eliminate interference from the adjacent pairs and any other electrical devices. Here, 4 pairs of cables. Here, 4 pairs of wires inside one jacket. And here each pair is twisted with a different number of twists per inch to help eliminate the interference from adjacent pairs and any other electrical devices. The tighter the twisting means the higher the supported transmission rate and greater the cost per foot. The tighter the twisting helps in the highest transmission rate. So this is about unshielded twisted pair. So different categories of UTP, that is unshielded twisted pair, are here. Category 1 UTP, that is used for telephone wires. Okay, that is used for only voice. And category 2 UTP, by using category 2 UTP, we send the data at the speed of 4 Mbps. Example, local talk. Next, category 3, by using category 3 UTP, sender send the data to the receiver within the speed of 10 Mbps. And category 4 UTP, by using this category 4 UTP, the sender send the data to the receiver with speed of 20 Mbps. Example, 16 Mbps token ring. And by using category 5 UTP, sender send the data to receiver with speed of 100 Mbps. So these are the different categories of UTP, unshielded twisted pair. So this unshielded twisted pair cable has 4 pairs of wires inside the one jacket, and each pair is twisted with a different number of twists, and the tighter the twisting helps the highest transmission rate. When you tighten the twist, it helps the highest transmission rate. Next one, shielded twisted pair. Next one is shielded twisted pair. So here, shielded twisted pair cables additionally have an overall conducting metallic shields covering 4 twisted pair wires. See here, the difference between here, this one is unshielded twisted pair, and here this is shielded twisted pair. So the difference between these two cables is here shielded twisted pair additionally have an overall conducting metallic shields here, braided or foil shields. Okay, here this one is braided or foil shield. That's why it's called shielded twisted pair cable. Here shielded twisted pair cable additionally have an braided or foil shield. Here braided or foil shield covering these 4 twisted pair wires. So that is the difference between shielded twisted pair and unshielded twisted pair. So when compared to unshielded twisted pair, this shielded twisted pair have an extra shield. That's why it's called shielded twisted pair. See here, this one is the unshielded twisted pair, and here this one is the shielded twisted pair. So when you observe these two diagrams, this shielded twisted pair cable have an extra this braided or foil shield. This one yellow color, braided or foil shield. Okay, that protects these 4 twisted pairs. So this is about shielded twisted pair cable. Next one, coaxial cable. Next guided transmission media is coaxial cable. Here, coaxial cable has a single copper conductor at its center. Here, coaxial cable has single copper conductor at its center, and a plastic layer provides insulation between center conductor and braided metal shield. Here, a plastic layer provides, here plastic layer means here foil shield, this one silver color. Okay, a plastic layer provides insulation between this center conductor and this braided metal shield. This plastic layer, that is here foil shield, that is here silver color. This silver color foil shield provides insulation between center conductor and braided shield. Okay, and this metal shield here, braided shield, helps to block any outside interference from fluorescent lights and any other computers. Okay, here metal shield helps to block any outside interference from fluorescent lights and any other motors and any other computers. So this is about coaxial cable. So here a coaxial cable has center conductor here, copper conductor at its center, and a plastic layer here, foil shield, provides insulation between center conductor and braided metal shield. Okay, and this shield helps to block any outside interference from fluorescent lights and any other computers. And next, there are 2 types of coaxial cables. There are 2 types of coaxial cables, thick coaxial and thin coaxial. There are 2 types of coaxial cables, thick coaxial and thin coaxial. Here, thin coaxial is also referred to as thin net. Thin coaxial cable is also referred to as thin net. Here, 10/2 refers to thin coaxial cable. Here, 10/2 refers to thin coaxial cable carrying Ethernet signal. Here, 10/2 refers to thin coaxial cable, that is thin net. 10/2 thin net. Okay, and next thick coaxial cable, that is 10/5. 10/5 refers to thick coaxial cable or thick net. 10/2 refers to thin coaxial cable or thin net. Here 2 refers to the maximum segment length is 200 meters. Here 10 base 2, that 2 refers to maximum segment length is 200 meters. 10 base 5, here 5 refers to maximum segment length is 500 meters. So these are the two types of coaxial cables. Thick coaxial cable, that is thick net. Next, thin coaxial cable, that is thin net. So 10 base 2 refers to thin net, that is thin coaxial cable. 10 base 5 refers to thick net, that is thick coaxial cable. Here 2 refers to maximum segment length is 200 meters and 5 refers to maximum segment length is 500 meters. This is about coaxial cable. Here coaxial cable has one copper conductor at its center. Okay, and here a plastic layer, that is foil shield, provides insulation between the center conductor and braided metal shield. Okay, this metal sheet helps to block any outside interference from fluorescent lights and any other computers. Next, last one, fiber optic cable. Last one here, fiber optic cable. Here, fiber optic cable consists of center glass core surrounded by several layers of protective materials. Here, center glass core surrounded by several layers of protective materials. Here, yellow colors. These are the different protective materials, layers of protective materials. So your fiber optic cable transmits light rather than electronic signals, eliminating the problem of electrical interference. Your fiber optic cables transmits light rather than electronic signals. And here, this fiber optic cable used for connecting networks between buildings. Your fiber optic cables are used to connecting networks between buildings, and these fiber optic cables has the ability to transmit signals over much longer distances than coaxial and twisted pair cable. Here fiber optic cables has the ability to transmit signals over much longer distances than coaxial and twisted pair cables. So that's why here fiber optic cables are used to connecting networks between the two buildings. So your fiber optic cable consists of your center glass core surrounded by several layers of protective materials. Here yellow color, all these are several layers of protective materials. And second point, here fiber optic cables are used to transmit light rather than electronic signals. And these fiber optic cables are used to connecting networks between two buildings. Here fiber optic cable has the ability to transmit signals over much longer distances than coaxial and twisted pair cables. Suppose the distance between sender and receiver is high, then we use these fiber optic cables. And next, specification of Ethernet cable. See, the unshielded twisted pair, the specification is 10 base T and the maximum cable length is 100 meters. And 10 base 2, that refers to thin coaxial cable and maximum segment length is 185 meters. And 10 base 5, thick coaxial cable, maximum segment length is 500 meters. And 10 base F, fiber optic cable, the maximum segment length is 2000 meters. And 10 base T unshielded twisted pair and 100 base T also unshielded twisted pair, the maximum segment length is 100 meters. And 100 base TX unshielded twisted pair, maximum segment length is 220 meters. So these are the specification of Ethernet cables. So this is about transmission media. Here transmission media is a physical path between sender and receiver. The channel through which data is sent from sender to receiver. Two types of transmission media, guided transmission media and unguided transmission media. Next one here, Fourier analysis. Next topic, Fourier analysis. Here Fourier analysis means a time varying signals can be equivalently represented as a series of frequency components or sum of sines and cosines. Here Fourier analysis is a time varying signal can be equivalently represented as sum of sines and cosines. Here sum of sines and cosines. Here g of t equal to 1 by 2c plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinity a n sine 2 pi n ft and sigma n equal to 1 bn cos 2 pi n ft. Okay. So here c constant and f is the frequency and t is the time. And here Fourier analysis means we represent the time varying signal in terms of sine and cosine. A time varying signal can be represented as series of frequency components or sum of sines and cosines. Time varying signal represented as sum of sines and cosines. Next one, bandwidth limited signal. Next one is bandwidth limited signal. So here bandwidth. So here bandwidth is defined as maximum amount of data transmitted over internet connection in a given amount of time. Maximum amount of data transmitted over internet connection in given amount of time. Amount of data transmitted in given amount of time. That is definition of bandwidth. Here bandwidth limited signal. So limiting the bandwidth means limited the data rate. Limiting the bandwidth means limits the data rate. That is bandwidth limited signal. Here we use harmonics. Here 1 harmonic, 2 harmonic. Next 1, 2, 3, 4 harmonic. And next similarly 1 harmonic, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 harmonics. So here the definition of harmonic means here harmonic is integer multiple of fundamental frequency. Here harmonic is integer multiple of fundamental frequency. Here harmonics are used to describe the distortion of sinusoidal waveform by waveforms of different frequencies. Here harmonic, it is used to describe the distortion of sinusoidal waveform by the waveforms of different frequencies. Here distortion means alternation of original waveform. Distortion means alternation of original waveform. Bandwidth limited signal. So limited the bandwidth means limits the data rate. Here harmonics, here 1 harmonic and 2 harmonic. Here harmonic is integer multiple of fundamental frequency. Here harmonic is used to describe the distortion of sinusoidal waveform by the waveforms of different frequencies. Here distortion of waveform, that is alternation of original shape. So this is about bandwidth limited signals. Here Fourier analysis. Here Fourier analysis means the time varying signal can be represented as sum of sines and cosines. The time varying signal is represented as sum of sines and cosines. Here c is the constant and f is the frequency and t is the time. So sum of sine and cosine. That is the Fourier analysis. And next one, maximum data rate of a channel. Next one is maximum data rate of a channel. So to find maximum data rate of a channel, we use two theorems, Nyquist theorem and Shannon's theorem. To find maximum data rate of a channel, we use Nyquist theorem and Shannon's theorem. Here, by using Nyquist theorem, the formula is maximum data rate equal to 2b log base 2v bits per seconds. So by using Shannon's theorem, maximum data rate equal to b log base to 1 plus s by n bits per second. Here b is the bandwidth and v is the number of signal levels. Here b is the bandwidth and V is the number of signal levels. And here also B is the bandwidth, and here S by N is the signal to noise ratio. Here B is the bandwidth and V is the number of signal levels and signal to noise ratio. Here S by N is the signal to noise ratio. Let us discuss some problems here. First problem, if there is a noiseless channel with a bandwidth of 4 kHz that is transmitting a signal with 4 discrete levels, then maximum data rate will be computed as here. We have to find out maximum data rate, that is equal to 2. Next B is here bandwidth, here 4 kHz, so 4000 Hz, here 4 kHz converted to Hz, that is 4000 Hz. So 2 into 4000 into log base 2, here log base 2, and V. Here V is the number of signal levels. Here signal levels is 4. So V equal to 4. So substitute those values in the given formula. Here 2B log base 2V. Then the answer is here 16 kbps. Here 16,000 bps. So 16 kbps after converting kilobits per second. Next, second problem. If the bandwidth of noisy channel is 4 kHz, so B equal to 4000 Hz. Bandwidth of a noisy channel is 4 kHz, so here B equal to 4000 Hz. And signal to noise ratio is 100, that is S by N value 100. S by N, signal to noise ratio is 100. So substitute these values in the formula here, Shannon's theorem, that is maximum data rate equal to B log base to 1 plus S by N. Here B is the 4000, log base to 1 plus S by N, here S by N is 100. So after calculating that, here answer is 26,633 bits per second. So converting into kilobits, 26.63 kilobits per second. So this is about finding the maximum data rate of a channel by using two theorems, Nyquist theorem and Shannon's theorem. If they give signal to noise ratio, you use Shannon's theorem. If they give discrete levels, 4 discrete levels or some n discrete levels, we use here Nyquist theorem. So this is about finding the maximum data rate of a channel. So in this class, we discussed types of transmission media: guided transmission media, unguided transmission media. And second one, Fourier analysis and bandwidth limited signals and maximum data rate of a channel. Okay.